your age. And just for fun, you can just say something that you're excited about today.
Okay, well, my name is Ceniya Jefferson. I'm 20 and I am excited to have a virtual scholarship application. It's something very new. I didn't even know it was a thing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we try to be different. I guess
it's
no, in a
working.
way we're a little quirky here.
Yeah.
um, but we understand that sometimes like GPAs and essays are a bit difficult and don't get the full grasp of someone. So we try
Hmm.
to give you guys this opportunity as, a different kind of platform. We hope you enjoyed this process.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it so far. So here's hoping.
Okay, so the first question, kind of just a softball to get you a little more comfortable.
Hmm.
What do you feel like is a talent or skill that you have that not a lot of people know about?
I'm pretty multi versatile. I mean, I can do a lot of things that I'm discovering myself. I can do everything from cook to being a sales rep to being a manager to doing a cashier to being a cook. I'm like, okay. I
What
mean,
can't I do?
right, a double whammy out of nowhere.
I love it. So
Yeah,
I love it. A woman of many talents.
right.
Okay. Um. mm, okay. So obviously you have a lot of skills, but what is like a favorite activity that you could do outside of your, school, work, boring
Um,
requirements?
Volunteering or even just being a part. I work with a directive of the state of Clinton, so we have a lot of events. Being able to schedule events, plan them, really helps me organize things. It's so much fun. I love doing it. And then creating setup and then directing traffic, talking to a lot of people from different areas, maybe even helping those that are foreign, mainly Spanish. I am learning Spanish, taking it, speaking it. So it's very fun. So that's something that I do.
Is there a large like Latino population in
No, which
Mississippi?
is why it's
Oh,
so sparse. And if you know it, they really appreciate it.
oh, that's so nice. Oh, how is it going?
It's going pretty well.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can have like a decent conversation or
I think so, yeah. It's
okay,
just gonna
cool.
be, it's gonna take me a second, but I can do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's okay. We all we have is time.
I wish.
Okay. Um, so obviously you do a lot. What is an
Mhm.
accomplishment or like personal project that you've done that you're really, really proud of?
Let me see. Accomplishment is probably the amount of scholarships and job applications I've just done. I did 105 in 2 weeks, and then for scholarships, I did 36. And yeah, 8 cover letters. I've been working. I was
Jeez.
like that's probably my biggest accomplishment right now, 'cause that's what I just got done doing.
That's insane. So what's the end goal?
To pay off any type of debt, to have any type of steady income aside from the businesses that I run, and to go into a PA program for healthcare.
Okay.
So
That's
a lot of
amazing.
big things, a lot of big girl things.
Yeah, big girl things. So you said you have businesses that you run. You said, but you also want to go into like the medical
Healthcare.
field?
Yes, the businesses are something very small. I sell clothes. So I've been running it for about a year and a half. I have 3 websites that I run them on, and then I'm just now starting ads to get all of that situated to get more sales generated. But that's how I make like a little bit of income here and there for school until I can get a steady job. So I
Nice.
would do that, and then on PA program, I'm working towards that while doing volunteer service. That's what that's for, so that I can get into the PA program by my senior year and start a residency.
Nice. So why PA? Why'd you pick PA?
It is a field that a lot of people don't think about. They don't know about it. It's also it gives you a more broad spectrum for your speciality, or I'm not saying that right, for what you're wanting to go into, what that field. A lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like to
yeah.
move vertical. I like to move horizontal. They're like, oh, I'm starting as like an assistant. I want to go into being a nurse. I'm like, no, I want to be a PA. I want to just hop specialties. So I want to go into dermatology, which I love the skin. I love pimples. I like discovering cancer. Don't really like running into cancer.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was really wanting to do that. And it's kind of the better option. Like it's the same pay as a physician, but I don't have. When there's an issue in surgeries, they don't go to me. They go to the physician. But I am working in surgery, so it's kind
Yeah.
of better.
I love that for you. So I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, okay, so In terms of like you have so many different things that you're working on. You have your own businesses. You're
Mhm.
obviously in working towards a bigger goal of going to school. What tips would you give someone trying to juggle all of this?
Take your time. Definitely seek therapy. It's not as bad as it sounds. If anything, I would probably do virtual therapy because it gives you a. It's like it just feels better. I feel like unless you want to be in person, but I know how I am. I like virtual things versus being in person. It saves me time. Or just take time to reflect and see how you're going, how you can manage it, balance it, and then if you need help with that, definitely seek it. Don't be afraid of it. And then if you fail, it's okay. I mean, life is literally about failing. You just need to pick yourself back up. Like if you keep failing, who cares? Keep failing. I mean, and who cares? Just keep going until you eventually don't fail. But like don't just sit in a slump because that you're never gonna keep moving if you do that.
Yeah. I love that you said that because I feel like failing is such a large misconception. Like if you're
Hmm.
failing, that means you're still doing something.
Right, you're literally growing.
If
Make
you're
yourself
failing, then
uncomfortable.
exactly. No, so I love that that's your mindset. That keeps you going and that
Hmm.
keeps your head strong. So keep that.
We'll do.
Okay, so you can answer this in whatever way like it comes to you.
Okay.
What does education mean to you?
It was a amazing department to me for a long time until I gained a consciousness and I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't great. It definitely needs it needs some work. There is a lot of lack when it comes to comprehension in children and um, the younger um, the younger populations. It's more a dependency not just on technology but on books that don't have all accurate information. I feel like if we're going to be education, we need to send them the truth, even if it's not great for everybody. It needs to be studied upon, and you do need to get uncomfortable. I mean, the things that we've been through, history for everybody is not just peaches and cream. Um, it is a wonderful department, and it's definitely needed. And I'm happy that it has spaced out for everybody, whether you're special needs, whether you need accommodations, or you're remedial, whatever. Like I'm happy it's a broad spectrum. It's needed. And it's also, for women in some places, that's great. But there is still a lack in a lot of things. It's a problem with children going through grades, but they're still at like a first grade reading level. That is an issue. And so, as long as I can be a part of it, no matter what, whether it's an internship or a job or whatever, if I can teach you something to help you progress through education, because it is hard and it's only going to get harder, that is what I'll be here to do. So,
Yeah. I love that you say that because my next question is
hmm.
I'm really curious to hear what your answer is going to be. What like topic or subject do you feel like should be taught that isn't?
um, Honestly, probably a deeper set in psychology. I know there is psychology going on. I know there is like, the classes or whatever, but I feel like no one really talks about psychology for the youth because we are nothing but emotions. Nothing but emotions. And it's like, oh, well, you can understand this and that, this person, or the history of this, or the statistics of it, but especially in women, like when it comes to like our menstrual cycle or our hormones and how that affects our mind, or if we can go into the health perspective and it's like our gut is literally our second brain, we can go into neuro about it. Like those things, it's the correlation of how our body is literally all tied together and not just through anatomy and physiology. I'm talking like literally through the nervous system and through our mind. Like that, I would love to see a class on that because it's like, okay, this is really deep, really fundamental, and you really have to be able to stomach the truth and take it, and so you can literally be a better person. It's kind of like a psych evaluation as a class.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I think that's so important because I feel like we grow up with this like it's you're just,
We grew up with trauma. We're all
yes.
traumatized.
I always say that and everyone thinks that I'm like messed like I'm just joking. Like I'm not kidding. Like we're
No,
all
we
traumatized.
really
We
are.
all need if I could answer this question, I would say we need like an hour of just like free therapy at schools. Like
Literally.
if that was a thing that I could have in my high school career, even in my college career,
Yeah.
even now, amazing. Like I feel
Yeah.
like we would all become such healthier minded
No,
human
literally.
beings.
I was like, we're traumatized. Our parents are traumatized. Like, everyone is just a mess. We need help.
Heavy on the parents that are traumatized
Yes.
because it only makes sense to us.
Yes.
Yes, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, okay, so you can be as like detailed or vague with this one as you want, but who has someone that's left an impact on you and why?
My teacher, his name was Mr. Barton. Kennan, firstly. He passed away tragically, but he left a lasting impact because he was the first teacher to really acknowledge my writing and my English abilities. And he really, like, I don't know, he just made me progress without actually directly doing anything to me. It was more so like, I know you recognize this, you respect it, and my writing is strictly tied to my home life, and it is not great or easy to read. And he was just very professional about it, read it, gave me critiques, and was like, okay, if you ever need anything, I'm right here. He helped me sleep at school whenever I was finishing with my classes or anything. If I had extra free time, he was like, okay, my doors are open, literally just sleep on the floor. And I did. And that helped a lot because I could not sleep at home. So I was like, that level of care, it meant the world to me. And I gave him my honorary diploma while I graduated. And then literally a month later, he died. And I was like, great. But yeah, he's someone who had a lasting impact on me.
Yeah. It's so beautiful to have someone like that in your life that isn't
Hmm.
like blood and that
Literally.
has made such a yeah, that has made such a like impact on you that like that's such a kindness that's not
Hmm.
seen in the world and
Literally.
you know I hope he's resting but
Same.
yeah. All right, we can move on to a different question.
Okay.
um, is there a cause or social issue that you're passionate about, and why is it important to you?
Um, any and all. But I guess the most obvious one would probably be veganism. I mean, I'm not gonna run at you and be like, you should not. No. I just like having the options around. I like it being more diverse for anyone and everyone. I just went to an urban city and they had options everywhere. And it was so nice considering I'm from the South where it's only like one restaurant every town. So I was like, great. So yeah, probably just when it comes to veganism, just instead of going and like poking at them for eating meat or consuming dairy, more so just slight education on it. I mean, it's up to you strictly if you want to learn about it. If you don't, whatever. But there's recalls, there's things coming out on multiple products, stuff that we have in America that's banned in other countries. Like
Oh,
just
yeah.
information that we need to see in the news that's not just trying to scare you or make you panic, but it's like this is happening, you need to know about it. Take it as you wish.
Yeah.
So.
What got you into that? Was it more like over time, or did you always grow up on it?
I've been vegan for 6.5 years. So I got into it because I ran across a video on Facebook of an animal being slaughtered. I don't know why, but I did not know about that. We have a farm. We have
Yeah.
cows and pigs, and I thought the tags were decoration because I was a kid. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't like that. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to consume that anyway. But I was also a picky eater when I was younger. So, I mean, giving
Okay.
up meat wasn't super hard for me. And
Yeah.
I mean, majority of black people are lactose intolerant, so I mean, dairy it wasn't that hard. So I was like, yeah, it was just a better lifestyle choice. I also love animals, so I loved being able to advocate for them, and it's just healthier for your body and like, overall. Like if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain healthier protein, have a better, clearer mindset, more energy, there you go. It's right there.
No, I love that. That's a unique answer. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah.
So, um, okay, so I guess kind of going off of that, um, what advice would you give someone who's trying to like make a more positive impact on their community or even on just themselves?
Get out. I mean, it's crazy coming from me, but get out. Like, go out and meet people. And it doesn't have to be, like a bar or anything like that, or going to a club or a party. I mean, just like if there's something like a farmer's market or volunteer service or anything like that, just get out and meet more people. It will force you to gain skills no matter what. And then, especially because it's on the spot, most likely. Or if you don't want to get out, like in an event like that, get a job. A job will also force you to learn skills, to do everything last minute, to deal with people or customer service. That is how you can grow in a type of way of like that.
Yeah. Why do you say that's weird coming from me?
Because I am a heavy homebody and the world's largest introvert, you'll just never know it. If you got to meet me, if you would ask my family, they'll be like, "You're talking to a human being? Really? Yeah, I am." And yeah,
You're
so
so
like,
good at it though.
I know. It's just limited.
I
Trust
feel like
me.
that should have been your answer for what talent you possess, because you're actually really good at it.
Yeah.
All right, I love that for you. Okay. All right. Again, you can be as detailed or as vague with this one as you want.
Okay.
I know this one can be a little bit more difficult to answer, but what's a challenge that you've had to work through, and how has it shaped you to who you are today?
A challenge is understanding what it is like to be a woman or being in proximity of a bad woman and unlearning everything from those type of habits and mindsets. Literally growing up with someone who is just not great and has a lot of bad characteristics, and then like having your normal human instincts of like attachment or seeking approval or anything like that, going through obedience or and getting ownership and love confused, like all of that stuff, it's really hard to unlearn. And then it's, toxic and abusive, and you have to have a lot of self esteem, motivation, and try your best to just provide through that or like keep going forward. um, the hardest one is still being in contact with that person and not seeing the past just follow through. You just like, okay, you're grown now. You have to, if you want to stay in ties with this person and not cut them off, you really have to see them in a different type of light and understand that this person can't change. It's who they are. You can change. You just, but there are boundaries set. So that's probably the hardest thing is having the past be there, but trying to have a different mindset in order to keep things going.
Yeah. Obviously, you're now older. How do you
Hmm.
feel like you've coped with that? And what would you tell someone who's going through something kind of similar?
It was definitely not easy. Trust me, the suicide attempts were there. The depression was there. Um, Therapy was not helpful actually at the time. It was just a lot of honestly personal growth. I was in a dependency traumatic bonding relationship, like a trauma bond. And so a lot of it got masked by that. And so it was like a distraction. And then recently it just ended, but I detached about a year ago. So then it was like, okay, I still have to be here for my own personal benefit, but mentally I need to grow away from this person because I'm really ready to just leave. So having to just grow my own way very silently, and then seeing like this stuff could happen any day. I could be left any day. I'm going to be all on my own. I have no one to support me. I have to do something in order to stay afloat. So it was a lot of personal growth, like finding your own free therapy online or looking at motivational videos, reading articles, psychology books. Yeah, that's how you stay afloat. My advice would be, if you can, just grow silently. Um, don't tell anyone your plans. There's a lot of envy in the world. And then if you want people, I mean, make sure you trust. It's a trusted adult that you can go to. If not, you need to confide in yourself because you are the only one you have. Literally, we were born alone, we die alone. And just a lot of reflections, journaling, going outside, touching grass, getting walks, exercising. It helps. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am sorry to hear that you had, those feelings and those thoughts, but from the woman that I'm speaking to, it looks like you have really come out of that and you're stronger for it. And
Yeah.
so I it sucks that those things have to happen, but
Mm-hmm.
you
But they
have
have to
such a
grow.
positive yeah, you have a
Yeah.
positive perspective on the world, and I think that you took it as like this is a lesson, I'm gonna run with it.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Run over.
All right. So let's final question. We
Hmm.
can end with a fun note.
Okay.
Obviously, this is not a normal interview
Hmm.
application scholarship process at all by any means.
Hmm.
But I hope you enjoyed and I
Yeah,
hope you
it's
had a
really
great
fun.
time.
I feel like we're on
Yeah,
FaceTime.
good. um, so in terms of like a normal application, which you've obviously done plenty of
Hmm.
from the beginning of our conversation, what do you feel like usually gets left out of one of the standard applications that you've done in the past?
The authenticity of it, I feel like despite there being a lot of prompts, and I feel like they're trying to be authentic because they're giving you something different that they're like, oh, well, not just like your background, like why are you wanting this scholarship, or what abilities could you like. It's supposed to be authentic, but it doesn't. It still feels like I'm in school. Like I need something that's more, something that I just would not see. I wouldn't expect from a scholarship. Like the same way that when we write essays, it's like, oh, you have to have an interesting hook to get their attention. We also have to have an interesting prompt to get started. So I was like, the same way it's like, I like cheese in the middle of like at the beginning of an essay. It's like, what? It's the same thing. Like if you give me a prompt, I can run with it because I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you expect from me. And that's good. That's giving me a lot of liberty to do whatever I want. So if it's not something that's supposed to be super specific, then you can see a lot about somebody for just a little fragment of something so random, and it's amazing what they could write off of something like that. So I feel like just authenticity, a lot of goofiness, silliness. I mean, that's fun. I mean, everything's so serious these days. Like, just get a little silly and goofy every now and then, and see what you can get from it. You might get something super sad. You might get something super happy. Like, who knows?
Hey YouTube! If you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!